Huh? You're Hidaka Tsukada, right? I didn't know you worked here.
Otoshime-senpai, long time no see. Has it been around 10 years now?
You're amazing!
It's nothing. It's thanks to volleyball. Sometimes sports are relentless. Athleticism, instinct, talent, these things clearly come into play. When it comes to students that choose to dedicate their youth to sports, they can be kicked down to the bottom of the hierarchy based on those things.
Hey, bench warmer. Your job on the bench is to make sure the coach is happy. Do your job.
Yes, sir. No matter how much I practiced, I was always benched. I don't know how many times I've been insulted by my seniors. It's unrealistic to think that effort is always rewarded. There are walls you can't surpass with just effort. I was on my high school volleyball team all 3 years. In the end, I retired without having played a single game. 10 years have passed. I got over the trauma of high school and started working for a consulting company. My name is Hidaka Tsukada. I turned 27, and right now I do my best at work every day.
Tsukuda, your new grad hiring proposal the other day. It was good, but client satisfaction is at 90%. These numbers are great, but do you think it's enough, or do you think there is still 10% more room for improvement?
Yes, ma'am. That's the difference between a great consultant and an amazing consultant.
Good. I'm going out for a different matter, so I'll leave this to you.
You're amazing. You can talk to Miss Minato without shaking.
A man from the support department came up to me quietly. This company had a department called support, and, like the name suggests, they supported us consultants. Really? I mean, she's blunt, but she teaches well. Naomi Nato was my boss. When I came to work, she made no compromises. She was beautiful and tough. I looked up to her. Her directions were on point, and more importantly, she was never unfair.
This is Otoshime from Superior Consulting. Take care of him.
One day, there was a newcomer. The person came from the same industry but a different company.
I'm Taro Otoshime. Before this, I worked mainly in management consulting. Nice to meet you all.
Everyone else clapped for him, but I rubbed my eyes over and over as I looked at his face. Because...
Huh? You're Hidaka Tsukada, right? I didn't know you worked here.
He was 1 year my senior when I was in my high school volleyball club. Otoshime-senpai, long time no see. Has it been around 10 years now? We reunited as adults. I try to shoo away the bad memories of the time.
What a coincidence. Are you still a bench warmer?
Huh? You two know each other?
Yes, we do. In our high school volleyball club days, I was 1 year his senior, and we were close like this. This is just like old times, right? Right, Tsukada?
Nothing can come from arguing with him. I clenched my fists and nodded silently.
I guess Tsukada would be the best fit to train Otoshime then.
Yes, sir. We worked hard together in our youth, so don't worry.
I'm pretty sure I'm the only one here that knows he doesn't mean that one bit. My coworkers didn't know me back then, so they wouldn't feel strange about what Otoshime-senpai said.
Otoshime, it seems like you misunderstand something.
Huh?
This isn't high school sports. In this company, Tsukuda is your senior. Don't act childish and mess around with the way things are here.
Miss Minato spoke curtly. Otoshime-senpai looked like he swallowed something bitter and fell silent. She really is harsh. Unlike these whispers around me, I felt grateful. The goals and requests that college students have for their employers are always changing. You always have to have your ears to the ground. Also, the development program and rating system, the clients won't like this.
Shut up. You may be my senior here, but there's a way to say things.
Am I correct in assuming that you're talking about yourself? As I predicted, Otoshime-senpai had no intention to listen to me. What was troublesome was that he acted properly in front of others. Unlike back then, he wasn't willy-nilly about it.
You're useless. You were taking random notes on the bench and kissing up to the coach.
How long are you gonna keep talking about the past? The past is the past. Let's talk about now.
Ha! You don't get it. People don't change that much. I know there's no way you could be good at your job. That's why I'm acting this way. If you think effort is always rewarded, you're beyond delusional.
I don't think that way. Of course I didn't think that way. In high school, no matter how hard I tried, I was below average. I was a bench warmer. Taking notes while I was on the bench, observing players with talent that I envied. I knew this man just saw it as a lame bench warmer killing time. If effort was always rewarded, I could have scored a point on the court at least once. I was holding myself back from yelling at him.
Unlike you, Naomi Nato was the volleyball goddess, right? She went viral when her team won the college championship.
You're right. If you played volleyball, anyone in our generation would know her. Like Otoshima-senpai said, Miss Minato also played volleyball. She was quite well known at the time. I guess Otoshima-senpai knew her too.
She's beautiful and hot and the top college captain in Japan. I wonder if she thought about going pro. Now, she's a young female manager at a consulting company. She's so cool.
Otoshima-senpai thought about Miss Minato with hearts in his eyes. Was he interested in her? She quit after a knee injury. I don't think Miss Minato likes people that don't do their jobs well.
Huh? You little... Don't get cocky. Just because Miss Minato defended you a little, you think you're something.
Whatever my skill level may be, it's true that she trusts me. It seemed like Otoshima-senpai was interested in Miss Minato, but he still didn't know her rules when it came to work. That day, Otoshima-senpai ignored what I said and went to Miss Minato to have his work checked.
What is this? Do it over. The objective and the details are all over the place. What happened to your past work experience? Reading this is a waste of time. Do you think you can ask for a high consulting fee at this level?
Oh, if I'm gonna be stabbed by the volleyball goddess herself, I'll accept it happily.
I told you, stop sleeping and wake up.
Shut up!
As you can see, he was shot down. He was obviously sad about it, so I knew he was confident going in. Still, the documents that Otoshima-senpai got back were covered in red revisions. She spoke bluntly, but she was thorough. That's just how she was. When I first started, she stayed overtime to revise my work too. Memories. I thought about that as I looked at his papers. Suddenly, the papers were yanked from me.
Damn it!
Otoshima-senpai got to work fixing the red documents.
Tsukuda, do you have a moment?
One day, after a phone call with a client, Miss Minato called on me. Yes, ma'am. What is it?
I'm trying to decide on who will be in charge of a company that mainly deals in real estate. Tsukuda, can you do it? You're in charge of a lot of clients right now, so I wondered if I should ask. The client's a bit of a tough one, so I think you'd be the best fit. What do you think?
I'm fine. I'll go introduce myself as the new representative. I was so happy at what Miss Minato said that I felt giddy. I held myself back and just smiled.
Miss Minato, leave that to me. I'm sure I can make you happy.
You can't do this. If you're going to say that, at least to get some results. I don't know how it was at your last job, but since you've been here, your mistakes stand out more than your successes.
Otoshima-senpai had almost pushed me aside to interrupt, but he was immediately scolded. I made an appointment, and the next day, I came to see Chairman Shinkawa.
Really? You're the volleyball goddess.
Yes, you're right. I had heard that Chairman Shinkawa was a little tough and harsh, but she accepted me as the representative without hesitation. We kept the work talk short and had a passionate conversation about volleyball, which Chairman Shinkawa loved.
You're amazing!
I reported to Miss Minato after getting back to the office. She took my hands joyfully. It's nothing. It's thanks to volleyball.
You're so humble. You never let your guard down. It's your strength.
The client likes volleyball? What? I'm a much better fit. He's talentless.
A major contract was extended, so the department was in high spirits. Just one man was gritting his teeth in frustration. Since that day, Otoshima-senpai has been nastier and nastier. The department went out for drinks one day. Drunk Otoshima-senpai was even ruder than usual.
Tsukada is good at HR consulting, right? That's below management consulting, which I'm good at. HR doesn't make profits. Don't you feel bad asking for money in a field of consulting that doesn't produce any?
I'm doing my work professionally, so I don't feel bad.
That sounds nice. When the client's finances go down, HR consulting is the first to get cut.
You don't get it. Companies now are struggling most with recruiting and development. We don't have enough workers, but foreign workers are also an issue. Recruitment and development are the foundations of business. When the people fall apart, it's over.
But don't you think we consultants don't have to do anything? The clients and their employees can just...
There are companies that can't. That's why they need us. Are you really a consultant? The analysis, observations, and trust-building techniques that come from data that Sakuda himself collected. They are assets to our company. The rating system, development programs, and plans that he has for each client are unmatched.
I also have connections and methods from my last job, so he's not better than me.
You should learn from Sakuda so you don't lose those connections and methods.
Maybe he was upset because he had nothing to say back. Otoshina-senpai downed the beer in front of him. He told us he was leaving and left.
Damn it, why does she always praise him?
Otoshima-senpai was still upset that Miss Minato had scolded him the other day. He was muttering to himself.
Today's the high school volleyball club reunion, huh? Perfect. I'm stressed, so I guess I'll go to feel better.
In high school, Otoshima-senpai's year was the only one to get to the top 8 in the region. Among us former club members, Otoshima-senpai stood out.
Otoshima-senpai, long time no see.
I heard from the host that you might not come, so I'm glad you came.
Settle down, everyone. Now I have so many consulting clients and I'm super busy.
What? You're a consultant? That's amazing!
I just happen to have free time today, so I wanted to see you all.
As soon as he walked in, Otoshima-senpai was surrounded. He seemed satisfied since it's been a while.
Do you guys remember? The Eternal Benchwarmer.
Eternal Benchwarmer? Who's that?
Hidaka Tsukada. He always observed us from next to the coach and took notes. I work at the same company as him. He can't do anything without me.
Otoshime-senpai, did you not know about him?
Huh? I said the benchwarmer.
That again, Otoshima-senpai.
Tsukada? Why are you here?
Why? I was invited, so I came. I don't think he thought I'd be there. Otoshima-senpai looked surprised.
You were always a benchwarmer. I'm surprised you're here. I'd be too embarrassed if I were you.
Tsukada-senpai, you're here. Everyone, Tsukada-senpai's here.
Wow, do you remember me? I always rooted for you on TV. I know I'm late, but congrats on #1 in Japan. I'm so grateful you changed the history of our high school.
Everyone came out to see me. Everyone disappeared from around him. Otoshima-senpai froze.
What? Why is everyone going to Tsukada?
Huh? You don't know? Your top 8 thing is great, but Sakuda-senpai is #1 in Japan.
In Japan? He always kissed up the coach and kept our benches warm.
Sakuda-senpai felt his limits as an athlete, so he learned the basics of being an analyst. In college, he was a super famous data analyst. He was called the Championship Contractor.
Data analyst?
Data analysts gather athletes' data and come up with effective strategies. They share that information with coaches and the athletes. They were irreplaceable in modern sports.
That's why he took all those notes?
At first, all I did was take notes, but our coach recommended I put it into special software. I would enter the rival players' data, and I was able to figure out their habits and stuff. In high school, I was a bench warmer, but I learned that there were other ways to support the team. At MU University, I joined the volleyball club as an analyst.
Huh? M University is the same one as Miss Minato. Don't tell me...
Yes, the team that got #1 in Japan after I joined was the women's team. I've known Miss Minato since then. Her year was known as the strongest year. There were members from the strongest high schools all over Japan, but they couldn't get any results for a long time.
I heard that the men's team that used to be so weak is starting to win because of that analyst. Can you show me what you analyze and what you tell the athletes?
Of course. Miss Minato had asked me then. That was how we met.
Wow! You have this much data?
Yes, I've been gathering since high school.
You said you're Tsukuda? Can you please look after us too?
I don't really have time for both.
You can just look at the women's team when you have time. Us fourth years don't have much time left.
I started looking after the women's team. I didn't have time, so my analysis was a bit rough. But the potential of the women's team was different. They won the Japan Championships that year. With her looks, Miss Minato's popularity exploded. Miss Minato was called the volleyball goddess. Miss Minato was participating with a knee injury, so she gave up on going pro and started working at a consulting firm. In Japan, there weren't any sports where I could make decent money as a data analyst. Want to use your analysis skills for consulting? Miss Minato had asked me, so I joined.
Oh, I didn't know that. Tsukada was praised so much because Miss Minato is repaying him, then I can...
Yes, I apologize. I'll be right there.
A few days later, Miss Minato was apologizing to someone on the phone. What's wrong?
Tsukuda, can you help me retrieve a prisoner of war?
Prisoner of war? We went to Chairman Shinkawa. In the meeting room, we found Otoshima-senpai sitting with an empty look.
Ma'am, I apologize for our employee's behavior. No need to be so serious. I trust you too. But some people just do whatever they want if you're not careful.
According to Chairman Shinkawa, Otoshima-senpai threatened everyone that since the top of the group made a deal with us, everyone else should comply. The other companies complained to Chairman Shinkawa, and Otoshima-senpai's aggressive tactics were revealed.
Why did you do that?
At my last job, our tactic was to take down the top and then make the people below agree. I wanted to make multiple deals and prove that I'm better than Tsukada.
Chairman Shinkawa and Miss Minato sighed. It was so selfish.
Even though you also played volleyball, I'm surprised at how different your mindset is. Even if you didn't do all that, I was going to ask Mr. Tsukuda to take care of all those companies.
Well, why does everyone praise Tsukada? I can do a good job too if you let me.
My family and I love volleyball. That's why the Shinkawa group has sponsored tournaments.
Chairman Shinkawa had sponsored all sorts of volleyball tournaments.
At first we struggled because there were no people, but for the future of volleyball, it was all volunteer work. Ever since Miss Minato and Mr. Tsukuda got #1 in Japan, things changed dramatically. Tickets would always sell out. It was killer. I'm still grateful to those two. You don't need to be grateful to us. Tsukuda and I were just doing our best. Your humility is amazing. But you, what can you do? Can you take on the cost of a tournament?
Otoshima-senpai turned pale.
I can't. I'm sorry about all this.
Otoshima-senpai bowed down to the floor, but Chairman Shinkawa didn't budge. She told him to leave. Otoshima-senpai tried to cling to the floor, but I forced him to get up. Later, Otoshima-senpai lost all his confidence, but he couldn't stand that his rating was lower than mine. He talked to the company, but of course nothing happened. In the end, he got angry and quit on his own.
So what if he can analyze some data? I was a player.
No company was gonna hire someone who only talked about his past. I heard he's still unemployed. Unless he changes, he'll never be accepted no matter where he goes. I also heard this through the grapevine. Before he quit, he called on Miss Minato.
Miss Minato, actually, I always looked up to you since you played volleyball.
I'm sorry, but I never liked you.
Not only was he not accepted by Miss Minato, she told him clearly that she didn't like him. Taro Otoshime left. A few months later, thanks to Chairman Shinkawa, we were put in charge of all the other related companies. Miss Minato invited me out for drinks to celebrate. We've known each other a long time, but we've never drank just the two of us. I'm nervous.
Huh? Stop it! If you say it out loud, I feel weird too.
Oh, sorry. We've known each other for so long. I wonder why we haven't ever been alone. Miss Minato mumbled something shyly. Her face turned red. What is it? I couldn't hear.
You're so good at analyzing. I feel like you know everything about how I feel. That's why I always wanted to ask you, but I couldn't. I wanted to tell you how I feel sooner, but don't make me say more.
You should never make judgments based on just one thing. I wasn't athletic, but I was skilled at analyzing. I finally learned that Miss Minato had a cute side that was different from her tough side at work.
Ooh, Brittany here. This episode totally reminded me of theater because there's lots of people who might have like stage fright or, that kind of thing. But then they go and they do like stage tech, and some of the lighting effects and stage work that I have seen in shows has been the most amazing part of the show. So like there are multiple ways you can do like a hobby or things you love, even if you don't have talent or you're kind of scared or whatever it is. Or an injury in this instance. So I really loved this episode because it really felt so familiar. Just not spoilers. Anyways, I'll see you all later. Bye!
Enjoyed the video?
Then smash that like button and subscribe.